Hey, hello. This is day 2 of your challenge. I'm going to be focusing on the new green screen section of Reels because it's quite cool. It's very handy for lots of you, business-wise, product and services-wise. You can share all kinds of different things. So, and it's pretty new out, so I thought it would be a cool thing to use this as part of our creativity challenge. I know, and I saw loads of stuff from you all yesterday, which is always super fun. And I'm quite pleased to see what you guys have been getting up to from yesterday's nugget of homework. So let me just see who we have in. Good morning, Liz. How are you? Let me know who's here so I can say hello. But yeah, it's fun. And I'm not going to lie to you. I always pre-test everything that I'm going to show you. Good morning, Alex. That I'm going to show you before I come live. And I'm not going to lie, green screen wasn't working for me a little while ago. I have been playing around with it and it seems to be okay. So this might be a bit stoppy-starty. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. But yeah, it could be a little bit clunky, to say the least. Today should be a lot shorter than yesterday. Yesterday's always the first day is always longer because we do a walkthrough of tech. And today should be a lot shorter than that. We're just going to kind of condense it down. And I'm just going to give you some really just creative ideas and some things for you to go away and do for yourself. And for those of you who don't yet have green screen, I'm going to give you a little bit of a workaround or just a completely different idea that you can take part in when you don't have, green screen available, which is some of you, because a lot of you knew that this was happening today. And I've had some messages going, oh, I can't do it because I've got no green screen. So we're going to give you a slightly different idea because you can do things in a slightly different way. And that's not so bad. That's okay. So green screen, let me just check in and make sure you know where it is, if you can find it. So we're going to go back into Instagram. As you can see, I was playing with it this morning. Let me close this out. Into Insta. Go to, hang on, let me do the brightness is too much. You can never see it, can you? There we go. So we're going to go into Insta, go to a new post. We're going to go to Reels. Why is this? See, this is being weird. Let me close this down. And just a piece of advice, whenever it decides to get super glitchy, just close the app and go back into it. That tends to work really well. Let's see if we can get into it. Right. Reels. Finally. Okay, into Reels. And remember, you can get to green screen in 2 different ways. I've been messing around with it this morning. The first way is to go to your smiley face, go to the filter, across the bottom, drag until you get to the green one, and then add media button at the top, and you can select whichever one that you want. Let me just see if it's actually going to work for me. Because it's only coming up with video at the moment, which it is a choice. You can just use video, but what we're going to show you is both actually. So the other way that I'm going to show you how to get to it, it's such a weird way of working, is just to use your camera roll thing that you'll be familiar with if you're using stories anyway. Okay, so go into here, click the green screen button at the top if you have it. This is where it will be if you have it. And then we're just going to select, I don't know, anything you wish, right? So I've selected one, and this is the meme that I posted. It's just random. The meme that I posted on my account yesterday. So this is an image, and just you can pinch to shrink the. You can't move about though with green screen, okay? But you can certainly pinch, and you can use images and or videos with green screen. All right. Now the thing with green screen is you can appear in it or you can step away from it. It's entirely up to you. So let's just go back. Oh my god, this is going to be a tech nightmare today. I can just feel it in my bones. I can feel it because that's not right at all. See, it does happen to everyone. There was some, I can't remember who posted in the group yesterday to say that they were having like glitch glitch issues. It happens to everybody. And as I said to that person in the group, this is why lots of people are still creating on TikTok and transferring their media over to Instagram Reels. It's just because TikTok's more stable at the moment because it's been around longer, and that's really the only reason. Well, and there's more features in there, but it'll catch up, I promise you. So what we're going to do is I'm going to add one in, click green screen. I just want to show you the two differences. We're just going to pop a meme in. Right. Okay, so just popped a meme in. So as you can see, you can either be in, can you see my face? You can either be in it, right, or not. So if you don't want to be in it, angle the camera away from you, and then there shouldn't be anything there. But if you want to be in it, then you can see it from here, right? So that's the first thing to do. And certainly what you can do, I'm sorry, I'm going to have my back to you quite a bit, is if you're kind of doing something, and maybe if I was to share this meme, it could be that I'm like giving it the weird face and then just be like, okay, take a look at that. You could do things in that sense. You can come into it and you can come out of it. You can move yourself. And what you can certainly do is, and you will have no doubt seen this, is you could be talking and or just doing the thing that you're doing. You could be pointing, you could be just kind of pulling some weird funky face. You could be doing anything like that and only using your timer, only doing a short part. And then we're just gonna record a little bit and say, I'm just like, what's going on? This is a crazy meme, blah, 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 right? And then my timer stops, and then you can move yourself out of it and then add it back into green screen and step away and just film a section of it without you in there. There's lots and lots of things that you can do. But what I want you to kind of think about from a creativity point of view is this is a really good way of showcasing things, images, pictures, testimonials, comments, things that you see, because you can screenshot your comments, you can take a picture of your product, you can take a picture of something that you might see in a magazine that you really like. It can be a matter of anything. It can be a testimonial from a client that you screenshot. Like, it can be almost anything that you can take a picture or video of, which really is everything, right? So what I want you to do as part of your work today is I want you to kind of showcase something that you think your audience will find interesting. And like I say, that can be or funny, or like it can be anything. It can be any of those kinds of things, right? So it can be a testimonial, it can be a funny comment, maybe it's a comment that someone's made on your post and you think it's hilarious. It can be, you know, yesterday I saw on my Facebook feed, someone had taken a screenshot of somebody that had replied to their email, basically just trolling them and slating them. If that's your jam, you could take the screenshot of that email and put that behind you, and you could just be like, what is this dude's problem? Like, have a little think about what it is that your audience would like to learn from you today, or just see from you, or think kind of around the whole know, like, trust factor of what can you share as either a little video behind you or an image behind you that you can kind of showcase as your green screen issue, that you think your guys would like. And honestly, it can be anything. Like, it can be anything at all. There's so many ways that you can use a green screen. I mean, one of the ways that people would use this on TikTok, for example, is you can download somebody else's video, pop it behind you, and be like, check this dude out. Like, you could do it in that way. But have a little think about what you're going to do. You should find it interesting. It's one of those creative things that you possibly won't know that you need to know it until you need to know it. There will be some creative nugget that exists in your head that you'll be like, oh, I need the green screen for that. And if you don't do this, if you don't learn how to do this, you won't know how to use it. So that's your homework for today. Like I said to you, the next few days will be nice and short, just in, out, short pieces of information, little nuggets for you to go and do. Tomorrow is about call to action and how we can use call to action in Reels for your business, because ultimately that's where it's going to be. We need to know how to do these things, because Otherwise, I know as business owners, you're not going to be like, well, how do I use this effectively for my business? I just don't want to prance around on the screen for no reason. So we need to kind of learn how to do call to action with it. And I've certainly seen some pretty good transactions, some traffic from my reels onto my email list, so gathering leads. So it's definitely worthwhile doing. And I just want to kind of open that creative brain of yours in how to do it effectively. Hi, Wendy. Might have to watch it. Yeah, that's cool. And a lot of people will. I think there's going to be, I know this is like a really, for a lot of you, this is kind of pushing a boundary. This is changing a comfort zone for you. So, which is why I'm kind of keeping it relatively short. You've got three. You've got yesterday was obviously day one, and that's just kind of introducing you. Today was just green screen because I just wanted to get you into the creative things, and the green screen was new, so it was a good one to choose. Tomorrow is around CTA, and Thursday will probably cap it, but Thursday is going to be how I'm going to teach you how to really maximize going from macro content, big content to little content. And I know that's where most of you will struggle. So I'm going to give you my strategy, how I turn macro content into micro content. So you definitely want to tune in for that, because that strategy actually goes way past just reels. You can use that across the board with many things. So I didn't want to give you too much to do in like a full week's worth of stuff, because I know that for some of you, this really is kind of pushing you past some of the stuff that you're a little bit used to doing, okay? And catch up is obviously going to be there. For those of you, I know that most of you are watching on Facebook, but I also stick these replays up on my YouTube channel too, because I know that I've got a big portion of my Insta fam that just don't even come anywhere near Facebook. So these get thrown up onto my YouTube channel. So if your preference is YouTube, then you can see all of these on the replay via YouTube as well. So anything that I talk about, if I'm like, you know, if you still don't have your toolkit, for example, if you still haven't signed in and you haven't grabbed your toolkit, there'll be a link either in the comments, whether it's in Facebook, whether it's in YouTube, whatever, there'll be a link for you to grab your Reels toolkit below somewhere, so you can do that. Oh, yeah, no worries. Catapulted me from armadillo mode. Yeah, like, and ultimately, like, for some people, that's where they want to be. And I know that lots of people are attracted to me in that sense. They want to kind of break the boundary massively and move themselves forward into doing things slightly differently. Whereas some people just kind of want me to help them and nudge them over that massive security blanket that they've created for themselves. But either way, that's kind of my audience. That's what most people want to follow me for. And it's to help them kind of de-shell themselves and break free a little bit from the monotony of what you might be doing that usually is kind of boring for you anyway. It's usually boring for you. All right, so this one, I'll cap this one off. Go and practice green screen stuff. Anybody needs some help with anything, replay viewers, YouTube viewers, comment below. Let me know if there's any questions. I'll come back and answer them. That's all good. Tomorrow, same time, 10 a.m. in the Facebook group, shortly after it gets loaded up on YouTube. And tomorrow is all about CTA. What I might do is drop a thread in the Facebook group, because I want to kind of see what niches we've got all involved, so that I can do some more specific CTA type things for you, more examples that are more relevant to the people that are watching. So have a good day, have some fun, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, clearly I need help because I forgot the workaround, didn't I? I forgot the workaround for those of you that don't have green screen. So here's your workaround. If you don't have green, the point of green screen is to show something in your reels that is kind of behind. I always view it as kind of like behind the scenes type stuff that's in your vision but not necessarily in theirs, and you're showing them what you can see. Now the really simplistic workaround to that is to use the alternative side of your camera. And so what I would suggest that you do, for those of you that don't yet have the green screen, and want to utilize this kind of way of showcasing things, you're going to have to do this in like a transitional way. So this is how I would say that you're doing. So let's just say that you want to, let's just say this, right? This. So let's just say that you actually wanted to show, say this is your brand new leaflet, or this is a magazine clipping that you found, or this is a poster that you like the slogan on, or whatever, right? And what you would do if you had green screen, you take a picture of it so that you could pop it behind you, okay? But in this instance, you don't have green screen, so you can't do that. So how would you showcase that thing? How would you showcase this thing in front of you? Now, this is how I would like you to do it, or this is how you can do it, right? So again, we're going to go into Reels. Continue. Let's just back this one up because I've got loads of different things. Right, you're going to go into Reels and you're going to record 2-3 segments, right? So go to your timer, drag it over to the first few seconds, set your timer, and this bit is going to be like, you know, oh my god, you got to look at this, or I found this is hilarious, or like, have you tried it, or whatever, right? This is that kind of question leading them to you showing them the product, okay? So you're going to set your timer off, and this is going to do your first 3 seconds, right? So your first 3 seconds, you're like, oh my god, I've seen this is amazing, right? There's your first 3. Now, the second part of you doing this is you're going to flip your camera around so it shows the opposite side. You're going to go back to your timer, time another few seconds, okay, set timer. And what you're actually going to do is you're going to film this from this side of your camera. So now I can see this wonderful post or this bits and pieces that you want to do this side, right? And you're going to film it. And you can, like, you know, bring your camera in and out, you can twist it around, you can do whatever you want, you can touch things, anything you like, okay? And then you're going to rotate your camera back around if you want to. So you're going to bring it so it's facing you again, and then you can just film the last part of your thing, and you'll be like, oh my god, like, amazing, how good is this? And blah, blah, blah. Okay, and then that's done. So when you play it, it's going to show you something that looks like this. There we go, showcasing the thing. Whereas normally, see, if we had green screen, we could do that from behind us and we could maintain ourselves in the screen the entire time. But this is just an alternative way or something different for you to do if you want to keep up with the challenge and you want to keep on with the creativity of what we're doing. This is an alternative that I totally forgot to tell you in the first part, and I'm telling you now. So this is your alternative way, and we can all do this. So even if you do have green screen, you can still do this stuff too, and it works quite nicely. And it's just a 3-clip transitional piece, super easy for everyone to do. And of course, this bit here, the zoomy bit, this is ideal for all of us that don't want to be in front of the camera, that don't, you know, and you can film the entire thing that way. So that's what I would mean if you're shy, if you're introvert and you want to just use the cameras on the back of your phone and not the one that faces you. That's what that would look like, okay? So that's your alternative. It's your workaround if you don't have green screen. As I said before, I'll see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. We're talking about call to action. All right, loves. See you later. Bye.